All right, this is Mark, and you're on Spirit Child 1723. We are going to do Earth sign reading for August. Hope everyone's doing all right. This year's flying by. Got a lot of technical stuff going on with what little I use, so bear with me. I'm using the microphone off the iPhone, which usually isn't too great, but that's okay. We want to get these messages out for you. It's Earth signs in August. All right, Spirit. What do we got? What do we got for those Earth signs here? Please and thank you. All right. Invite all the archangels and the white light protection. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, first card out is the Five of Earth, or Five of Pentacles. Five of Earth in this deck. It's concerns about money, you know what I mean? The ebb and flow is not there. There's somebody spiritually comforting this lady that obviously doesn't have a lot. For some of us, it might be a reminder to give, you know, when we can, to the less fortunate. And, everyone might have their turn, you just never know, And that, the older I got, I realized that a lot of people get in serious trouble, with usually medical situations that just impossible to pay, in the system, Anyways, the next card out is the Six of Water, so that's emotion. That's a reflection on childhood, embracing your inner child, romancing the young, youthful, innocent type of person we all have in us. The dog's kind of looking at these two, and could be puppy love, but this also could be a sweetheart that you grew up with in grade school coming back around for some of you. That stuff's usually not a possibility with me because I kept to myself quite a bit, and I didn't extend relationships for, like, I hear some people like, hey, I know this person 30 or 40 years. Other than my relatives, that's not my experience. That's not what I lived. And we got another six card, which is the Six of Wands, that's a better card. Not a better card, it's just a different category, right? It's your passions, desires. It's talking about success and public recognition, maybe a project taken off the ground, or something that you put out there to the world is getting some recognition. It could be graduation, could be a promotion at work. This is for Earth signs in August here. And then we have a Queen come out. Queen of Air. All right, well, I'm going to read the bottom of the card exactly how it is. It says, brilliant, experienced, humorous, judgmental, release in situations or people who no longer serve you. See the humor in difficult situations, focusing on career, divorced or unmarried individuals. So, yeah. So this queen uses their sword. Just ain't gonna put up with any malarkey. They're very poised, but you ain't gonna run amok up in their energy. And this type of energy, if you cycled into this person's life and it was a shit show, when you come back around, they're probably not gonna give you the time of day. They're not gonna let you do it again. That's for sure. All right, let's move on to the next. We're going to take a few Moonology cards. I've got a few new decks. I think I got about 6 decks that came in, so that's good. And look at something different perspective. We have Earth signs in the month of August. Oh, it's way too many there. A few cards for Earth sign in the month of August. These cards are new and they're clumsy. They want to stick in clumps, so we're just going to take off the top. They're very sticky. Prosperity lies ahead. A win outcome is forecast. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. and it's time to release negativities. All right, so this is an interesting deck. This is something new to me. Underneath the Five of Pentacles, which was talking about a possible financial struggle, we have prosperity lies ahead. So it's changing, about the transformation. This has new moon in Taurus. So this is the time to manifest. It says that prosperity is coming your way in the month of August. And then underneath the Six of Cups, a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. So, win-win. So this is in emotions. This is talking about, love, romance. This is talking about, past love coming around, or a high school or even grade school, sweetheart maybe returning. Maybe both people have had marriages and back out there, and they come across each other, and, it's kind of a reunion of sorts. And then the Six of Fire, which was a great card, good energy, public success, recognition, achieving your goals, making the life you desire, manifesting the life you desire, co-creating with God or spirit. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. And that is about emotions and stuff. Balance, spirituality, and practicality, all I can say is the energy I get around this is, sometimes the real simple stuff that works, you know what I mean? It's both practical and spiritual, my experience is when, the angels, whoever you work with, when they open doors for you, it's relatively easy. They're easy to walk through. And we do a little more work and we see the next one. When I'm trying to oppose my will on something, there's a struggle, takes a lot of energy. It's kind of like, plowing, denser, thicker energy that I'm trying to walk through. Till I either surrender, give up, or something blows up, where I have to restructure and make a new plan, And then underneath the Queen of Pentacles, that we said, Queen of Swords, cutting out, people that are going to try to run amok up in our life. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So, again, like I said, this queen's, you're not going to get her twice, and you're not going to come in sideways. You may not even get her once, because she's already learned about her energy and her boundaries, and she, she's a book smart person, might have some street smarts too, right? All right, let's move along. Earth in the month of August. I hope the audio's coming out good, because it's taken me a long time just to get going on this. All right. It's another new deck. We gotta break it in. Such a curious dream. Keep your temper. Becoming braver. Immortality. So this is some type of Alice in Wonderland deck, and again, it's new to me. So we're just gonna see what comes out here for Earth. This is 45, which is 9. That's usually end of a cycle. It seemed like you were having a cycle begin in prosperity. Grounding, returning to reality, coming home. It's just kind of getting in touch with, some of the stuff you probably liked in your childhood, being balanced and grounded in your life and manifesting, some stability. And then we have keep your temper. Oh boy, don't allow anger to rule you. And then you got this vicious cat here, and she don't look happy herself, so, if you are on that point, your halt's out of whack, hungry, angry, lonely, tired, be careful about acting out on it. I'm guilty of it. I hate making amends. I hate the humility part of that is going back and, working it out with the person, and kind of asking them for forgiveness or to accept my humanity, right? Next one's a 5 card, becoming braver. 5's always transformation to me. Resilience, experience, grown stronger, fresh perspective. So this, you see deep concern in her eyes. She just might not know what the next step is or why certain things are happening that are happening in their life. But they have to keep on. They don't have to. Usually what tends to go down is we need to keep stepping. How to get through it is we keep stepping. How to get from the 5 to 6 in a situation is keep stepping, right? We have a 42, which is a 6 card again. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. So it's kind of seeing everything that happens in your world is something that's building. Sometimes it's something that's bringing something to an end, or closing in on something, but it's really about building and manifesting your life, and seeing everything is there's really no mistakes. You know what I mean? We go through what we go through for a reason, mostly to learn and to heal. All right, another new deck here. Let's see. I'm going to look at the romance a little. I think that's what this deck's about. And, cards aren't jumping. I don't know if it's because it's a new... Well, I shouldn't say that. All right, we got 3 out here that left the deck. We got SOS. We got Lost. We got Bonnie and Clyde. And we need one more, Spirit, for Earth in the month of August. We're all over the map with this stuff. One more card, please. Thank you. We got 2. We're going to put them over here to the side. So the 3 that come out. First one's SOS. Distressed, act with urgency, assistance needed. That's originally under, the finances, so this might be saying ask for, financial help. Don't let it go all the way down to a point where it's repairable before you ask someone to help you. We all need a hand, a lending hand, support. And this doesn't mean supporting someone that's, being frivolous with, money, but stuff happens in life, I ran a lot of muck, early on, still do at times, just to a smaller degree, Then we have lust, showing a strawberry with, I don't know, some type of glaze on it, I guess. Greed, bareback, inconsiderate. So this could be, chasing our, it's not only money. It could be physical lust. It could be lust after material, lust after higher position in work, lust to a point where, we're hurting others or we're using others. Our signs are usually, pretty grounded and stuff. But everyone's got a wild side, right? We got Bonnie and Clyde here. Yeah, this couple, I don't know. They're jumping out of planes. Money's flying all over the place. I don't know. They're possibly robbing banks. I don't know. You ride or die. Us against the world. Dedicated partnership. So it's focusing more on the commitment you have to your partner. That you're in it. In it together. Good, bad, or indifferent. This is saying a bond. To a person that you're with and you're committed to. Like I said, there's just some crazy energy coming up. This says knocked up. Pregnancy, expecting, mothering, So those of you that do not or not looking to bring in a child at this point, be very careful, It seems like it's fertile times for the earth signs. And then we have, to go along with the lust and Bonnie and Clyde and SOS, we have extra. Dramatic, trying too hard, starter. I'm lost. So, what the words on the card don't mean anything to me. Nothing comes, but the energy here is the you know, kind of the poker face. You know, somebody wearing a mask, somebody that performs well when everybody's looking, you know, puts on a good show. But the person that has to go home with this person, they know the real person. All right, we'll look for 2 cards to finish this reading up. 2 romance cards from the Romance Angel deck, Doreen Virtue. We got one here. Oh, romantic feelings. After all this craziness, huh? Go figure. What else we got for the Earth signs in August to close this up? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. All right, I'm going to take the bottom card this time. Express your love. Okay, so the first card out for your Earth signs, romantic feelings. So, you know, this is nice. You know, there's that lust card, you know, up above it here. This is just saying, you know, true romantic feelings that you can express, and you know, you should feel safe to express with somebody. And this is express your love. Go ahead and make that romantic gesture. You know, you only live once. If your heart, you know, you get your heart open and you're somewhat healed, you know, and not stuck in anger or unforgiveness or whatever, you know, they're saying don't pass the opportunity, you know. You know, don't take anyone for granted. Don't take an opportunity as like, it's no big deal, or, you know, I don't know if this person would be right for me. This is saying to take a chance. So I appreciate everyone. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, leave a message. I will check the comments, and have a great month.